regions. Laura Otieno, Citizen TV.
Now, the festive season brings about moments of reconnection for many families, a season to celebrate and make merry. But for hundreds of families in northern parts of Kenya, it is a season of agony and untold suffering after they were rendered homeless by the floods. On our special features series tonight, Surfin Achieng Ouma takes you into the depth of the crisis occasioned by the ravaging floods and the realities of victims forced to live in IDP camps in Tana River and Garissa counties. Take a look at the impact of the unforgiving waters of the north.
Northeastern Kenya now underwater. Just a few months ago, this same area was as dry and parched as they come. Once parched residents now forced to flee their submerged homes, schools and commercial buildings. Tana River and Garissa are among the worst hit counties in Kenya by the vagaries of drought, termed the worst in 40 years, and the floods whose intensity is record-breaking. Trapped in that transition of disasters are hundreds of families who were forced out of their homes by the waters. It is worse for lactating mothers and pregnant women like Mwajuma Hassan, who, despite her condition, now lives in one of the IDP camps. She is hopeless. Finding something to eat is a challenge and poses a danger to her unborn baby.
Jamani, mbona twateseka hivi? Mimi mjamzito, mahali nilipo najiofea saa hii. Naweza shikwa na aina ya maradhi yoyote. Hata kusimama siwezi. Tangu juzi nilipokuja hapa, sijasha moto, sijakula.
Jamani, sisi hata nikiongea natamani kulia kwa sababu sikitika. Kwa sababu mwenye mtoto anakuja anamlilia ni mamake. Mtoto atakuja ulize mama nitaka chakula. Tutampa nini?
It's a dilemma that many of these affected families face. Mama Fatuma has just put her children to sleep by the time we visit her makeshift tent. The conditions here too harsh for a child their age, sleeping on an empty stomach on the cold floor with no beddings, and their mother has to stay up all night fighting mosquitoes to keep malaria at bay.
Watoto wenyewe ni hivyo wanalala kwa mikeka, hakuna mattress, hata nguo hizi bedsheet mwenyewe nimesaidiwa na mama Somali kufinika watoto. Juu alikuja kaona watoto venye wanalala, akanipea hizi bedsheet mbili.
The sanitation situation is a great concern, with communal latrines having been damaged, putting people at risk of waterborne diseases, including cholera. That aside, clean drinking water and food are also scarce.
Kenya msaada tutasema tumepata ni mahindi ingine kidogo. Ni maharagwe kilo moja, ni mchele kilo moja. Hakuna kitu ingine kutoka tukuja hapa tumepata. Hiyo mahindi unapika bila mboga. Hata leo nimepika mahindi bila maharagwe, bila chochote. Watoto wakakula. Hiyo kwanza ndio inasababisha labda watoto kuharisha.
Mama Fatuma is among hundreds of residents of Ziwani area of Tana River County who watched helplessly as their homes were swallowed by the flood waters.
Ile hasara maji imetuletea.
She shows us what is left of what her family used to call home.
Manyumba zote zimeporomoka. Hakuna hata bati moja. Nyumba zimeanguka chini na hatujui tukitoka hapa tutaelekea wapi.
5th November 2023 is when the disaster happened. Many families, she says, were caught off guard due to the initial confusion over whether the country was facing an El Niño phenomenon.
Kama ingekuwa amesema watu watoke kuna maji, tungetoa vyombo na mapema. Sasa yeye akasema hakuna maji, ni mvua tu ya miezi 2, tukadanganyika. Tukaachana na vyombo, tukakimbia tu ni maji kidogo, kumbe ni maji inakuja kuzamisha watu.
Ile kungangana kutoka imebidi tutoke na watoto peke yake. kila kitu kikawa kimeenda na maji. Wacha kitu kingine, hata bath za watoto zimeenda na maji, uniform zimeenda na maji, vitabu vimeenda na maji. Kwanza kitu ya kusikitisha, sasa hata manyumba hatuna, ardhi ya kujenga mwenyewe hatuna. Tumetoka sisi ni sisi.
At another IDP camp just a few meters away, this is the situation, a heart-breaking sight. A group of young men taking turns to sleep on the only bed available, others just stretching their tired bodies on the rough road. And these ones playing a game on their phone just so they can take a break from the harsh reality of life at the camp. This is Word of Faith Church in Garissa. A few weeks ago, this center of prayer submerged after a heavy downpour. Jacob Kilungia shows us what is left of a church he has pastored since 2010.
Maji iliweza kuja kwa wingi na ikanjaa mpaka ikafuka barabara, ikakata barabara, ikapitia hapa kanisani kwa kazi sana na nguvu mingi sana. Ndio ilisababisha kupomoa hii kanisa yote, ikaanguja chini na kwa sasa hatuna mahali pa kuabudia.
For now, they have shifted their fellowships to a nearby school as they seek an alternative parcel of land to rebuild their church.
Hatuna maono tena kujenga mjengo mkubwa hapa, maana tunaona maji inaweza tokea miaka injao kesho, na mahali tumepewa pale shuleni tumepewa kwa muda wa Disemba peke yake. By January tunastahili kuondoka.
Only a few structures like the chief's camp and this mosque was spared, but the heavy rains left a trail of destruction in Ziwani village and the entire Tana River County. In Mororo area, which borders both Garissa and Tana River counties, a drive along the main highway leaves one with the impression of passengers who are about to board a vehicle. They are not. These are desperate families displaced from their homes who for days had nowhere to go. Businesses couldn't stay afloat quite literally as several commercial buildings were destroyed. Major highways were cut off, disrupting the chain of supply of basic commodities, and the flood victims have had to pay the price.
Kulingana na venye vitu zinauzwa zilikuja zikapandishwa 3 times than the usual price, which na watu wa huku wanafanya kazi from hand to mouth, which could be very impossible wao kusurvive. Customer wangu wengine wananitusi, wananiambia wewe umekuwa mwizi, tulikuwa tunakuamini, kwa sababu they don't understand that these things we buy from somebody.
According to data from the Disaster Management Committee, over 28,600 households were affected in Tana River County. 6 people have died due to the floods. The county has a total of 52 IDP camps. In Garissa County, 25,800 households were affected. The number of deaths is 11 people. The county has a total of 16 IDP camps.
We have been visiting 2 of the IDP camps and listening to people what their needs are, and it's very clear that it is about food, it is about health, it is about the basic issues, but most of all maybe to be able to move back to their houses, back to the properties, to restart life, to restart agriculture again, to restart the life as they knew it.
It is not an effort that can be done by only one partner. So that is why we are calling upon all other partners who are able to support the flood-affected communities, both in Garissa, Tana River, Wajir and Mandera, to come on board and also provide the effort that is required to make sure that we alleviate the suffering that is there.
And as the world will be making merry this festive season, for these affected families, it's a struggle to stay alive. Their only wish.
Ninaomba serikali ya Tana River ikumbuke kuna watu wako ziwani wanateseka sana. Naomba rais Ruto akumbuke kuna watu wako ziwani wanamhitaji. Kuna watoto wanatakana waende shule. Shule zimebakia wiki 2. Hatujui wataenda na nini shule? Hawana uniform, hawana vitabu, hawana chochote.
Tunaomba serikali ile mabilioni walitenga walisema ni El Nino. Sasa tunataka kuona hiyo pesa inatufanyia kazi sisi.
The persistent rainfall attributed to the El Niño phenomenon led to severe flooding not only in Kenya but in the entire Horn of Africa. The magnitude of its real impact remains a mystery. What is, however, obvious is that these affected families will have to spend Christmas and New Year in the cold, armed with nothing other than their strength and resilience. Safin Acheng Oma, Citizen TV.